Our planet looks calm on the outside, but deep below the surface, it's full of hidden secrets. Beneath the ground we walk on, under the oceans, and beneath frozen ice sheets, there are places no one has fully explored. Scientists have found lost lakes, strange life forms, underground tunnels, and even ancient cities buried in sand. These places have been untouched for thousands or even millions of years. In this video, we'll take a journey through some of the most mysterious spots under Earth's surface. What we'll find is both amazing and a little scary: a hidden lake. Under Antarctica, one of the most mysterious places on Earth is Antarctica. It's cold, windy, and covered in thick ice. But what's under that ice is even more interesting. Scientists discovered a hidden lake called Lake Vostok, buried under 4 kilometers of solid ice. This lake is huge, almost as big as the city of Sydney, Australia, and no sunlight has ever reached its waters. It was sealed off from the rest of the world for more than 15 million years. In 2012, Russian scientists drilled deep into the ice to reach the lake. They didn't go inside the water directly. Instead, they let the lake water rise into the drill hole, freeze, and then took that frozen sample to a lab. What they found shocked everyone. Inside the ice were living bacteria that no one had ever seen before. One type of bacteria was so unique, it only matched 86% of known life on Earth. This means it may have evolved all by itself, away from the rest of the world. Some scientists say that Lake Vostok is like the oceans under the ice on Jupiter's moon Europa. If life can survive in Antarctica's frozen lake, maybe it can also survive in space. It's like looking at an alien world, but it's right here on our own planet. What happens if all the ice melts? Antarctica's ice is not just hiding lakes. It also holds most of the Earth's fresh water. If all of this ice melted, the ocean levels would rise by about 58 meters. That's enough to cover entire cities like New York, London, and Mumbai. In fact, much of the world's coastline would disappear underwater. Countries like the Netherlands and Bangladesh could be fully flooded. Even places far from the sea would be affected. Climate change would cause hotter temperatures, strange weather, and major problems for plants and animals. Some parts of Africa and Asia could become too hot to live in. Food and water could become hard to find. And this isn't just a theory. Some of it is already starting to happen. The Lost World under the Sahara Desert. Now let's travel to a very different part of the world, the Sahara Desert. It's hot, dry, and full of sand. But under all that sand, scientists have discovered something incredible. Long ago, this desert was not dry at all. It used to be full of lakes, rivers, green plants, and even animals. People lived there, farmed the land, and built small settlements. In 2010, scientists using radar images from space found the remains of a giant ancient lake buried under the Sahara. This lake was once over 100,000 square kilometers in size, about as big as Iceland. It formed more than 250,000 years ago when the Nile River broke through into a low area of the desert. Water flowed in and stayed for thousands of years. Slowly, the lake dried up and its bottom was covered with sand. But that's not all. Scientists also found the dried up path of a huge ancient river called the Tamanrasset River. This river flowed through parts of West Africa and into the Atlantic Ocean. It carried water, life, and people through the middle of the Sahara. But about 5,000 years ago, everything changed. The climate shifted, rain stopped, and the land became dry. The river disappeared, the lakes dried up, and the Sahara turned into the desert we know today. Even now, there are signs of the past under the sand. Fossils of fish, whales, and even dinosaurs have been found in this desert. Ancient cities and tombs are buried below the dunes. People once lived in places that are now too hot and dry to survive. Some scientists even found an underground tunnel system built by a mysterious civilization called the Garamantes. They used these tunnels to bring water to their cities. The Sahara might look empty, but beneath the sand, it hides a whole forgotten world. What lives at the bottom of the ocean? Now let's dive down, not into land, but deep into the ocean. Most of the ocean floor is still unexplored. If you go deeper than 3,500 meters, you enter a place where no sunlight reaches and the pressure is strong enough to crush a car. And yet, there's life down there. The deepest place in the ocean is called the Mariana Trench, located in the Pacific Ocean. It's deeper than Mount Everest is tall, about 11,000 meters down. That's nearly 7 miles. At the very bottom, it's cold, dark, and silent. But scientists have found strange fish, glowing creatures, and single-celled organisms that survive in these extreme conditions. In 1960, 2 explorers went to the bottom of the trench and saw a flatfish swimming in the darkness. Since then, robotic submarines have found giant jellyfish, glowing shrimp, and even snailfish that live deeper than any other fish on Earth. These animals don't need sunlight. They use bioluminescence, which means they make their own light to hunt or scare away predators. The deep ocean also hides underwater volcanoes, boiling black smokers, and lakes of molten sulfur. These are places where the Earth is still alive, bubbling and burning beneath the sea. Some scientists believe that life on Earth may have started in these deep, hot places long before animals lived on land. The deepest hole humans have ever drilled. Now let's stop diving and start digging. What happens when humans try to go deep underground? In Russia, scientists once tried to answer that question by drilling the deepest hole in history. It's called the Kola Superdeep Borehole, and it was dug in the 1970s. They managed to reach a depth of 12,262 meters, or about 7.6 miles. That's deeper than any mine, deeper than any ocean trench humans have explored. The goal was to learn more about Earth's crust, the outer layer of our planet. But the deeper they drilled, the more surprised they were. The rock layers weren't what scientists expected. Temperatures were much hotter than predicted, up to 220 degrees Celsius, which made drilling extremely hard. Some rocks were so full of cracks and gases that they started to crumble when brought to the surface. And then came the biggest shock. At around 7 kilometers deep, they found traces of ancient life, fossils of tiny microorganisms that had been trapped in the rock for over 2 billion years. That means life existed in Earth's crust long before there were dinosaurs or even trees. It also means we don't need sunlight or air for life to survive, just heat, minerals, and time. The project eventually stopped in the 1990s, but it proved one thing. The deeper we go, the more we realize how little we know about our own planet. The Bermuda Triangle's strange secrets. One of the most mysterious places on Earth isn't underground. It's underwater between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. This area is called the Bermuda Triangle, and it's known for strange disappearances of ships and airplanes. Some say it's just myths, but others believe there's something special hiding beneath those waters. Over the years, scientists have studied the ocean floor of the Bermuda Triangle. They've found underwater mountains, deep trenches, and strange shapes that might be natural or man-made. One theory is that giant gas bubbles, made of methane, could suddenly rise from the seafloor, making the water less dense. That could sink ships instantly, without warning. No time to send a signal. Just gone. Others believe the area has strange magnetic fields that confuse compasses and electronics. Some even link it to underwater volcanoes or ancient cities that sank long ago. Whatever the truth is, the Bermuda Triangle continues to raise questions science still hasn't fully answered. What's under the Egyptian pyramids? Let's end our journey in Egypt. We all know about the Great Pyramids at Giza. But few people know that what's under them might be even more interesting than the pyramids themselves. Under the pyramids are tunnels, chambers, and hidden rooms, some of which are still unexplored. One tunnel system, called the Osiris Shaft, goes over 38 meters deep and has levels filled with water, ancient stone coffins, and even stairways that lead nowhere. In 2017, scientists used special scanning technology to look inside the Great Pyramid. They found a giant hidden void, at least 30 meters long, right above the Grand Gallery. No one knows what's inside. It could be a hidden room, a storage chamber, or even the real resting place of Pharaoh Khufu. But for now, it remains a mystery. Egyptian legends speak of underground worlds, lost labyrinths, and secret treasures buried deep in the desert. Maybe these stories weren't just myths after all. A planet full of secrets. As we've seen, Earth is full of places we don't fully understand. Under the ice of Antarctica, beneath the sands of the Sahara, below the ocean floor, and deep inside mountains and pyramids, there are still hidden worlds waiting to be discovered. Some of these places hold ancient life. Others show how the planet is constantly changing, and some may even lead us to understand where life began, or where it might exist beyond Earth. If you enjoyed this journey into Earth's deepest secrets, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We've only just begun exploring the mysteries of our world. More stories, more discoveries, and more mind-blowing facts are coming soon.